You know, whenever you start looking for advice on online privacy, it feels like you find two completely different camps. One side says, hey, a VPN is all you'll ever need. And the other side insists, nope, only Tor can make you truly anonymous. So, who's right?
Well, to find out, we're going to cut through all that noise. In this explainer, we are putting both of these tools to a side-by-side test. We're going to see how they really work, what they actually protect you from, and most importantly, which one is the right one for you. All right, let's start with the tool that you've probably heard of the most, the VPN. We're going to break down how it actually creates that shield for your online activity.
So what is a VPN? Well, the name, Virtual Private Network, actually says a lot. The easiest way to think about it is like a secure private tunnel for all your internet data. It's like a digital shield that encrypts everything you do and sends it through a single server owned by the VPN company.
The process itself is pretty straightforward, but it's really effective. First, your computer or your phone connects directly to the VPN server. From that moment on, all your traffic gets encrypted. That hides what you're doing from your internet service provider. And finally, when your traffic leaves the VPN server to go to a website, it uses the server's IP address, not yours. It basically masks your location.
Okay, but here's the catch, and it's a big one. The entire system is built on one thing: trust. See, while you're hiding your activity from your ISP and from websites, you're handing all of it over to the VPN provider. Your privacy is only as good as their promise not to keep logs or misuse your data.
Now, let's switch gears and look at Tor. It's a completely different kind of model. Tor isn't just about privacy. Its main goal, its reason for existing, is anonymity.
TOR stands for the Onion Router, and that's a perfect name, as you'll see. A huge difference right away is that TOR is not a company. It's a free, open-source network run by thousands of volunteers all over the world. It was specifically designed to make it incredibly difficult for anyone to trace your internet activity back to you.
So how does Tor achieve this level of anonymity? Well, it wraps your data in multiple layers of encryption, just like an onion. Then it sends your data bouncing through a random path of at least 3 different volunteer computers, which are called relays. Each relay only peels off one layer of encryption, just enough to see where to send the data next. And here is the key. No single relay in that chain ever knows both who you are and what website you're visiting.
So as you can see, we have two very different approaches here. We've got the VPN's single private tunnel versus Tor's decentralized multi-layered maze. So let's put them to the test and compare them on the criteria that really matter for your privacy. This really gets to the core philosophy behind each tool. For Tor, the #1 priority is making you untraceable, even if that means things get a little slow. For a VPN, on the other hand, the priority is giving you a fast, secure, and usable connection for all your everyday tasks.
Okay, so here's how they stack up. When it comes to hiding your IP address, they both do the job. And your internet service provider, well, they can see that you're connected to something, either a VPN or Tor, but they can't see what you're actually doing. But here's where they really differ: trust. A VPN requires a high level of trust in one company. With Tor, because it's decentralized, you need very little trust. That means Tor gives you a much higher level of anonymity, but it comes at the cost of speed. VPNs are fast, Tor is noticeably slow.
Knowing all of this, you can see the question isn't really which tool is better. The right question to ask is, which tool is right for my purpose? The answer really depends entirely on what you're trying to do.
A VPN is going to be the right tool for most of your everyday situations. You know, if you're using public Wi-Fi at a coffee shop, if you want a good balance of privacy and speed for things like streaming, or if you just want to keep your general browsing private from your ISP, a trusted VPN is the ideal choice.
But then, there are times when you should absolutely use Tor. This is for when anonymity is your top, non-negotiable priority. If you need to protect your actual identity, not just your connection, and if privacy matters way more than speed, then Tor is the tool for the job. This is crucial for people like journalists, activists, or anyone who might be facing serious risks.
And this really brings us to the most critical takeaway from this whole comparison. The single biggest myth in digital privacy is this idea that you can just buy one app or pay for one subscription and it'll be a magic bullet that solves everything. That just isn't true. Real privacy is about having layers.
So if you remember one thing, let it be this. VPNs are for protecting your connection. Tor is for protecting your identity. But ultimately, no tool can protect you all by itself. Real, durable privacy doesn't come from an app. It comes from knowledge. It comes from understanding which tool to use and when you need to use it.